Good morning. It's October 31st, so happy Halloween to everybody. I waited till today to do the reading just because that energetic space you're in on Halloween Day is really something special. So last month we talked about taking chances, jumping in. My husband and I bought a new house, so kind of unexpectedly. So that, I suppose, is the biggest thing I did about taking a chance and jumping in, especially since our current house has not sold yet. So congratulations to us and lots of fun, and I hope congratulations to you. I hope something you were working on came to fruition, or if nothing else, something surprised you along the way last month. So also, I took a workshop called Spiritual Response Techniques, and I've been working all month with that, and it's been absolutely fantastic. It's amazing healings through clearing old programs and patterns that have happened in this life and past lives, not only for you, but for your family members. It also gets rid of habits you no longer need or behaviors you no longer need. It's been quite remarkable. I've been blending it in as well as doing it as separate treatments, which can be done long distance and is quite exciting, I must say. So I've been guided to use the Osho Zen Tarot Cards. I don't think I've used them in a while. They used to be my absolute favorite deck of tarot cards. So I guess we'll see what it has to say. I'm feeling guided that we're going to actually have 4 cards today to read for the month of November 2013. Here we go. No, maybe 5 cards. Alright, so the first card is Ripeness. And it's a number 9. There you go. So when you look at the tree and you look at the fruit and you see how ripe it is, it's ready to fall. So many times when we do have challenging things that happened in our life, just like buying a house or starting a new part of my healing for clients, we can't really hang on anymore. We have to just move forward into whatever is new, and it happens quite naturally. So same with the fruit. The fruit falls off the tree when it's ready to be eaten, if you don't get the opportunity to pick it before it falls. And as you can see, there's definitely a fruit that's letting go naturally. So really work on that this month, trying to be very natural in the process of letting go and allowing yourself to move forward without fear or frustration or anger or concern. Just allow things to be. And coming from everything that's been going on in my life, definitely it's been a little bit of struggle moving forward without fear and anxiety over owning 2 houses at the same time. But letting it go and know that the universe has a plan for you. And although you can't see it now, from everything you've been through up until this point, you know that it's always taken care of you. There's always been a reason for delays or for things you've ended up having to do that you didn't understand. So the second card is Projections. It's a number 7 card. It's also considered water. Water, of course, being emotional. So typically when we're projecting ourselves onto somebody else, or they're projecting themselves onto us, we take on different characteristics of that personality. But what can also happen is we need to be paying attention to what the behaviors are, so we don't pick up on them and count them as our own. So if there's someone around you that's carrying fear, don't take on that fear. If there's someone around you that is angry or frustrated, try to displace those emotions from yourself. So I think I've talked about this, and I'm sure it's come up in the cards. A lot of times when we start getting angry or frustrated, and you see it with kids if you're a parent all the time, something will have happened at school, the child will have come home, you're the one they yell at because they have all this stress they need to release, and they can't release it at whoever was involved in the situation or other people that were around because you don't feel safe. So when you recognize where a lot of the outbursts come that are directed at you, it's easy to just let that energy go because you know it's not about you. It's about whatever is going on in their lives. So I've been very good over the years, waiting for whatever family member it is that's having an issue and saying, okay, so what's really going on here? What happened? And allowing them to recognize that they're not angry at me, they're angry at some other situation. But yesterday was interesting for me because what I realized is when I get frustrated, which has been definitely creeping up over the last few days, I tend to do a lot more negative talk in my mind than I ever normally do. So I'll be driving and complaining about the person driving in front of me. Or I'll be in a grocery shop and someone is asking for something and slowing me down, and so I get a lot of negative talk that way. So just watch yourself. We're pretty good, typically, at not giving people verbal abuse when we're upset. But how much verbal abuse are you taking on yourself because you're letting your mind chatter say things that it doesn't need to say, and it's only because you're stressed or frustrated or angry? So just pay more attention to some of the things going on in your mind. So 5 is the next card, the Outsider. What's the card there? And the rainbow card has to do with physical. You see the rainbow? Now, what I do know about this card is, because it's come up for me over the years, is the lock is actually not locked. We feel like we're being left out of something. And again, with that mind chatter, when we start getting down on ourselves or getting down on people around us, we get stuck in a space where we can't see what the truth or the reality of life is. When we can stop that cycle, and that's exactly what I did yesterday when I recognized that. I'm like, wow, I haven't had this happen to me in so long because I've been relatively stress-free. I need to learn to break this cycle. It needs to disappear out of my life. When we can step back and do that, we will find that we aren't stuck inside of our mind or stuck inside of a situation, that there are answers and there are ways to get out of the situation you're in. And you just need to get a bit of perspective to figure out exactly what those answers are to move past the situation you're in. So know that the lock is never locked. It's always open. We just feel enclosed in a situation. There's always an answer. You need to meditate on it, meditate on it. So the last 2 cards come together, and again, they're rainbow cards, so they're physical cards, things typically we need to do. The first one is we are the world. So, relating back to the last card, know that you're not alone. Know that everybody is supporting one another. I went to a big healing event last night in Calgary with Tracy Makarenko. I've been wanting to go for a year, and it was absolutely amazing. But on my way there, I remembered part of my book, because I've been working through my book to put together kind of interviews. But I got to a part of my book where I remember coming to a place where I lit up like a huge white light and sent healing all around the world. And in my mind's eye, what I started thinking about is, I'm not the only one who is sending healing around the world. People like me and just people without realizing it are healing constantly. And if you are in need of healing or you are in need of enlightenment, by all means call on me. You can use my higher self will come and help you. You know, I call on Dr. Upledger, who's passed on. I ask him to come and help me during treatments sometimes. He's my cranial sacral therapist guru. You can call on just about anyone. You don't have to call on just the angels. There are humans that you can call on as well for support and love and light and change to take place in your life. So remember, we are the world. We are all one, and we're all here to support one another. As much as you sometimes feel like you're alone, or that you're the only one who's doing all the work to help everybody. That again is just you being stuck somewhere, and you need to find the way out. So the last card is maturity, and it's a higher arcana. There's not a number that goes with this one. It's hard to see there, the light. So you can see how she's opened her mind, she's released her stress, she's blossoming. Her eyes are just slightly open, so it's like she's in a very deep meditative state. And even though she's enclosed in what looks sort of like a crystal ball, which I think kind of connects her to her higher self, she's not enclosed per se. She's still finding answers outside of herself. And it really is the place we're going to with this reading and with our life. We're trying to move past all the things that hold us back or restrict us into certain patterns or personalities. And there are many ways to release that. Healing modalities, there's so many of them. Like I said earlier, the SRT work I'm starting to do is amazing at releasing stuff like that. You can get hands-on work. You can go and get hypnotized. You find the right people, they can really, really help you through some of the struggles you're having on releasing what's going on. Even people who've been reading my book, Moving from the Outside In, are getting to a place where they're actually doing some deeper healing just from reading a book. And that doesn't just go for my book. I mean, whatever you're drawn to, know that it can help you shift or change in some way. Being drawn to these angel card readings and listening to them, I know that they're helping some of you in a very magical, deep way, and they're changing your life, and that's why I continue to do them, because I know they're so helpful for you. So for this month, let go. Allow life to flow. Try not project your fears or anxieties or take on other people's fears and anxieties and call them your own. So pay attention to that emotional place and make sure you know what's yours and what's not yours emotionally. And know that you're not stuck anywhere. you just need to find the answers. And if you go into meditation, that will help. Ask for help. You can ask people, anybody, even their higher self, in a meditation to come and give you answers. You can connect with your own higher self to give you answers, to God, to the angels, whatever works for you. And you will come out into a deeper, higher level of consciousness by the end of the month if you do this work. And you'll be surprised when you look back to October 31st and see how much you've changed. So that's the reading for this month. I hope you have a wonderful month, and for all my American viewers, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. It's coming here pretty quick, which is amazing. Christmas is only, I think, like 6 weeks away. So happy holidays to you, and I'll see everyone in December.